lost the person too, and I don't think you either. And of course, why you kiss me? Come on.
The girl licked the toilet too. You know that was girl licked the toilet.
I don't know from none of them. No, I'm talking.
Oh, sorry.
I'm saying
I've never seen that girl.
It was a year, so she was trolling. Long story short, yeah, don't put her like that. See, that bitch, yeah, he was impulsive about that. Yeah, okay. I'm impulsive too.
Blue Rock is done. He's tired of your antics. Blue Rock is giving up. Balls on the ground. Blue Rock don't want no part of this. He's like, how much longer we got? Look, Blue Rock. Yeah, he's so bad. She just a natural. Okay, wait. I know that you're supposed to fight my friend Swaggy P in the boxing match, but the fight that you got into with her, Lucky Strike. Krishan, you're literally part of the reason why he's not the next Floyd Mayweather. He was supposed to fight Swaggy P, but then the fight got canceled.
Don't just say me.
But the fight got canceled because of the fight and Lucky Strike. We'll get into it in a second. Do you still want to fight Swaggy P? Because I ran into him at
it's all to his career.
I just saw him knock out the TikToker, but he wants to fight you.
The weather couldn't be more perfect. Sunny skies. Up first. Up against them, Regis Prograis. It's New Orleans' finest. Nickname. This bout is an open-air outdoor stadium. What a venue for this contest.
Words are cheap. It's the
Great to have you with us for this all-action affair. We expect big things, but I don't think we're going to be disappointed. These two lightweights are showing you why they are the best of the best. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Just missed that jab. He threw a punch and just got countered. These punches coming from every angle. It is a sunny and hot day, and yes, we're outside, Johnny. No air conditioning or air con, as you say in the UK.
In such heat, the cornermen need to be able to do their job. Think about what they're doing. Want to pull you down, want to ice your back, want to give you instruction in your head, and want to just arm you to tell you what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. Because that's the most important thing. Forget about the heat. Forget about everything else.
Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. How about that time counter shot? Three-one in action, and they are delivering. Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Garcia in that last round. That bell could not have come. Here we go for round two. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to block it. They've got to block it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then, put the pressure on.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Caution being thrown to the wind. This counter fighter believes in me. Anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you, and usually hit you harder.
Hard, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be honest. You've got to be honest. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Punch caught him clean. for a knockout. That punch scored it. He prevents that left uppercut from scoring. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Garcia in that last round. On to the third. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
This is one of those situations you've just been hurt, you've got to get out there again. Be smart, be sharp, don't lift him, don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Catch and shoot. They won't give us a second to catch our breath. Swing and a miss for that jab. Counter punching halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than others.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Not a lot of defense here at all. You don't want to trade shots. Do you believe what we are seeing? You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Garcia in that last round. He is down big time on the score.
You know, there's been in fights like that. When you think...
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Counter punch. Blistering hand speed from both of these outstanding lightweights.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when he catches you.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice counter shot. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Those counter punches have to hurt. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Garcia in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to... And there's the bell for round 5. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
At some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down.
But now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
Let me explain to you about a fast fight that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed, they're confident, they know they just have to quick burst, boom! In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed, and that's why they can maintain this all the way to a fight.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Nice counter. Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. Let's talk about Garcia in that last round. The corner hasn't thrown in the towel yet, so I guess he's coming out for another one. This is the beginning of round 6. They've got to be feeling confident now after what happened last round.
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like this? Not on twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Beautiful counter shot. I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
Beautiful counter punch. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. It's like a match made in heaven.
And this with that jab. A perfect counter shot. Can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're going to get knocked out. Didn't land that jab. They exchange punches. Both men step back for just a moment. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Garcia in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. And there's the bell for round 7. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Well, you know, in this division, you're going to see a lot of combinations, a lot of counter punching.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Right now, the Flash is seeing flashes after that shot.
Okay, here's another one.
Oh, and it's flashing lights for the flash here. He's got to get out of trouble. Big shot, and down goes Garcia. As you can see, it was a hit to the head that did it. Let's watch it again.
You're right, Todd. What a shot. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So back into the fray again, but how much do they have left?
But look at this corner, look at the instructions. They're telling you to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move, get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner, somehow get to the end of the round.
Looks like he's leading halfway through this round.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a team, play the plan out to a team. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over and over again, they've got it.
And he scores with the counter. Final 10 seconds here, unless something major happens. I think we all know who won that one. Let's talk about Garcia. And there's the bell for round 8. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle, man. He's got to bluff it.
No rest for the weary. No rest for the weary. Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed. Hold on, gotta cut you off here, Johnny. And it's lights out. That will do it. What a knockout win. And you can see here on the replay a perfect body shot, and he dropped like a loose suit.
I've got to see that again.
It happened. You saw it here live. A knockout.
At Jamie's house, for my ankle. I didn't see him. I should have. You know what? You guys make the show more fun when I drink. I've never drank during the show. Yeah, you never like stuff. Look, when I'm in a relationship, I'm equally as toxic though. You know, not as publicly toxic. I'm privately toxic. You know, like my team makes it. We secure that. We secure the toxicity. We don't want the public to see it. But it works for you. All right, last person. The Island Boys. I don't know why my team put these here, but they're here. These are the most ridiculous suspects act I've ever seen.
Which is funny.
Person I shot number is like mentor, You didn't mention the Island Boys? Yeah. To doing what? Just being more realistic. Yeah. More realistic? Yeah. I think hip hop can do it on. Yeah. All right, cool. The last game, erase the shade. All right, so listen, everybody loves a good reality show. Everybody knows that it started on reality TV, but there's one that we're all locked into right now. And they're saying that the social media, Jay-Z and Beyonce, but Crazy in Love is the show of my guests, Blueface and Krishan. Now, I've watched the show. I'm into the show. I love reality TV. It's giving Beyonce and Jay-Z before you start drinking, and then Whitney and Bobby halfway through the bottle. But it's a good show. It's actually a really good show.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So I don't think I've ever interviewed two people that have sat closer than the both of you. But I know that you're very protective of your man. You don't let him get 5 feet. Now it's not even a foot.
Yeah, what?
Coach, okay. When I saw you a minute ago before we got started, you said you were nervous. Why are you nervous? But it's just a sin. I mean, it's anywhere you've done interviews before. I mean,
I don't interviews messy, so I don't know.
You think so? But what part of the interview is messy? Because I always find I always find like when celebrities or public figures or people who are in the public eye say that the interviews with the blogs are messy. I'm like, we literally are a reflection of what's happening.
No, I witnessed like times when I sat in an interview and I could tell the interviewers didn't like me or wasn't a fan of me.
So what is the energy giving right now?
Oh, I like you.
Okay, but you know I like you. I mean, it's hard to tell sometimes because when we post you guys on social media, let me just say this is some bullshit. I just got back from the Vice President of the United States House. She had a Christmas party. You guys were the conversation of the party. No, seriously, because they're saying that you all are the most followed subject in the world right now on social media, on every blog, Hollywood Unlocked and the others that don't matter, but you're on all the blogs. Do you feel like people set you up because both of you are like the most viral thing in the world, right? Like I said at the Vice President's house, everybody was saying that you guys are the most talked about covered thing. You're covered more and talked about more than what the president is actually doing for the country right now. For real. So like, do you like that? Do you not like it?
Bro, what is going on?
If you make it make sense, like I'll show it.
Right, but you're also you're viral for everything. You're viral for putting a tooth in, taking a tooth out 6 weeks, and everything else. What part of the social media stuff do you not like?
Like every time I'm going to say whatever I gotta say, post there.
Okay, so let's see. She gonna post about it for sure. So I saw something earlier. I was looking at your birthday. So you're born in January 20th. You're born on March 14th. You're a Pisces is an Aquarius. This is what I found a little known fact about your compatibility. Because when I started seeing Crazy in Love, and I told you I watched every episode so far, I'm on episode 3, and I see the social media clips, I never understand. Let me back up. I never understand on social media the relationship, but I understand from the hood the relationship. Because where I grew up, there were lots of Blueface and Krishans. Not as animated as both of you, but the love and some of the stuff that you go through is normal. It said, when I looked at the compatibility for your zodiac, it says a proper balance between two zodiac signs could result in a strong relationship. This means that Aquarius and Pisces compatibility is high, and they make a good match. These individuals can make each other truly happy by forming a profound emotional understanding. Do you think that describes this? Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, that sounds about right. Let's take another shot. But do you feel like what's the compatibility? Is it the zodiac sign, or is it just your attraction to them? I mean, I know on most.
You feel like home. I mean, I don't know, like somebody that like yeah, right, the same.
Okay, so when she says you feel like home, what does that mean? That means I'm gonna bail out. All right, now I'm playing. But when she says you feel like home, because I did some digging. Krishan, when you grew up in two different ways, right? Like you grew up, I think, in the Valley. You had a pretty stable household. You were an all-star athlete. You seem to have a pretty decent upbringing. You had a troubled upbringing where you've been abused, you were homeless, you had different challenges in your family. I was grown.
I don't know, he's helping me. He's like, oh, he's still. You gotta understand.
Bro, what are we doing?
Attraction. I remember early on one of the I'm gonna just keep sipping through this. It's gonna get worse. No, it's gonna get worse. It's better. It's better. Worse is better, but no, I want to get to the heart of it because I feel like what I was saying to you back there before we came out here was I really want people to be able to see you because when I met you at the award show at the Hollywood Like Impact Awards, when I saw you, and then when I see myself posted online, it's like I'm seeing two different people. So I'm trying to see who you are, and I'm trying to see what this is because a lot of people have an opinion of it, but you know, all opinions don't really matter. Okay, I think I have different opinions. So if I have to break it down, the show, I think you guys are superstars. The show is
This
shot
is
amazing.
hard.
Like the fact that you are as open and vulnerable and
This is
there's a
hard.
difference
It's
between
crazy.
it's like reality TV and then real TV.
Yeah.
Real. And then on social media, it looks real toxic. And I'm not. That's just this is one of my honesty, right? So that's why I'm trying to get to the heart of what this is and how it works. So it's like outside of what it looks like. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
It's always been better.
We've been talking about upbringings, and I talked about the contrast between how you were raised or how
Put it
your brother and how she was raised by. And that came out of you saying that he feels like home. So but I'm going to keep going back to that, trying to understand what it's going to feel like to you.
It's like, it's I don't know.
But I understand that's what you're saying he feels like, because I get that. But you said he feels like home, so I already got that.
Okay.
What I'm trying to understand is what does home feel like? Yeah, what's home? Because for me, I'll just share a little bit of it about me, just so you know.
Like safe, happy.
Okay. But let me ask you, how do you know how that feels given how you were raised? Because I was raised in foster care. I was raised in abuse. I was raised in molestation. I was raised in being abandoned. So for me, I think where I connect with you is we have some similarities in how we were raised.
Right.
So for me, you said, what does home feel like? Home feels like
Right. But
But I know you don't feel like
they feel like the home that I picture in my head down there at home. So like I always see people throughout my life and he just been my destination. So right now, that's what it was.
so
He's joking.
say that he feels like home. Let me ask you something else. When you think of her, what does she feel like?
She's like the best, worst, greatest, saddest, happiest moment you never had.
It's like a roller coaster. Because that's literally how you describe a roller coaster.
No, but I also feel like, all right, so we both was like, not like that, but we have rivers and we have both emotion. So our rivers combined is a force. So I really feel like with some other talk about God, meant to be type of going down, but everybody, for everybody, there we go.
Have you ever wanted to fight alongside the fishes? Well, we're about to do it here at the beautiful Atlantis. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
I feel like a...
And here is Emmanuel Augustus. This guy known for his unconventional fighting style, and I don't use that term loosely. It's the Pac-Man, the only boxer to hold world championships across 4 decades, the 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and 2020s. He is forever one of the all-time greats.
It'll be ding-ding from first off, they're off.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Chicago, Illinois, please welcome the battle-ready Emmanuel Augustus. Fighting out of the blue corner, from General Santos City in the Philippines, truly one of the all-time greats, boxing's first and only 8-division champion of the world, Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao.
Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
The wait is over. The speaking stopped. The fight begins. Now, let's get the answers.
What a great venue and what a great matchup. Cannot wait for this one. Here we go, round 1. Who's going to land the first big shot? And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. The perfect counter lands. What a pleasure to be in this unique environment. Every seat has been taken for tonight's match.
You have certain fighters that are born for this, that are made for the big crowd. And looking at corner right there, that is that fighter right there. They have elevated, lifted, it's like they're not touching the ground. This is what they were born for.
Missing with the hook. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice job by him to block that jab. This fighter embodies the cardinal rule of boxing. Hit and don't get hit.
Do not give an outside fighter time to think. You've got to make the fighter panic. You've got to rush the fighter into doing things they don't normally do.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Emmanuel Augustus in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Don't want to lose this fight. Great work. I love that. I love that.
Here we go for round two. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. That counter punch caught him clean. Those counter punches have to hurt. Nobody home with that hook. Good counter punching. Misses with the straight left. When you're fighting a swarmer and you know their goal is to bury their head right in your chest, the uppercut would probably come in handy.
You are fighting a swarmer. Be smart. Be sharp. Concentrate where you've got to be confident. Do not dance his dance. Because that swarmer, once you do that, you're giving a man a chance that shouldn't have one.
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Insane action. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Emmanuel Augustus in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so...
Nice counter. They exchange punches. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Catch and shoots. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Perfect counter shot. Nice counter shot. Got him there. Beautiful counter shot. hook misses. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Well, Johnny, you know, in the lightweight division, they've got fast hands, so get ready to see some lightning.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Swinging big and missing big with that hook. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Emmanuel Augustus in that last round. Talk about a one-sided... Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Beautiful counter punch. Jab doesn't quite connect. That counter shot lands. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Sometimes when you get nervous, someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little favourite and pickpocket him.
Close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Trying to land that jab. He misses with that straight left. That jab misses. Jab slightly off target. Nice. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Emmanuel Augustus in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight.
On to the 5th we go. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
You know, with lightweights, these guys are going to be lightning quick.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
There's a counter shot. That left-handed jab doesn't quite score. And he scores with the counter. Nice counter shot. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Good counter punch. Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Well done with that counter shot. He threw a punch and just got countered. That jab won't score. How about that time counter counter shot. Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Emmanuel Augustus in that last round.
Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does...
Let's start the 6. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter punch. How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
These punches coming from every angle. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Those counter punches have to hurt. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. They're both trying for a knockout. Which fighter will say no mas? This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Emmanuel Augustus in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who... Nice counter shot. I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
This can be so frustrating when you're such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
Can't land the jab there. Time they drop their guard, they get caught. And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Well, you know, in this division, we're going to see a lot of combinations, a lot of counter punching.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tell. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
He threw a punch and just got countered. A perfect counter shot. Good punch. That counter punch caught him clean. Nice punch. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Emmanuel Augustus in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round. There fires the bell to start round 8. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Well done with that counter shot. There's a counter shot. He just misses with that jab. Beautiful counter punch. That counter punch caught him clean. He threw a punch and just got countered. That counter shot lands. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Off the charts action from both of these fighters. That counter punch caught him clean. Oh, that punch. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Pretty lopsided decision there, a unanimous one.
What a whitewash.
Welcome to the Lighthouse Theater. The time is now as we get set for what should be an incredible... And here we see... It's the Pac-Man. What...
This bout is scheduled for...
One of the hottest... These two fighters promised us an offensive show. Let's see if they deliver. Couldn't land that jab. And he scores with the counter. He misses with that jab. Perfect counter shot. A perfect counter lands. All the seats have been taken in this unique setting. What an event it will be here tonight.
Todd, I love theatres. For all these reasons, you can hear everybody in the crowd. You can hear the punches actually echo. If you're the fighter coming in and you know you're in such an intense atmosphere, you know what the pressure is going to be on.
Nice counter shot. Those counter punches have to hurt. Well done with that counter shot. Nice counter. He threw a punch and just got countered. They better start respecting each other's punching power. That jab misses. They both want a knockout, you can tell. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Nice counter shot. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Diego Corrales that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
Well, sometimes it couldn't be the sweetest.
And there's the bell for round two. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Your footwork has to be on point when you're fighting a swarmer. If it's not, you're going to get caught in the corner and beaten up.
You fight a swarmer, you've got to protect everything. The body with the elbows, the head with the forearm. You've got to try and push them off balance because they will just stay in your face.
Straight right just misses. Drop their guard, they get caught. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now, this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Throws the jab, it doesn't score. This fighter brings a barrage of punches. They won't let you breathe. It's like fighting a hornet's nest.
You've got to swarm on your case. You know you've got to fight. You've got to hold them. You've got to tie them up. You've got to lean on them when they come in until the referee makes you break up. But keep your hands high because they will keep punching until that referee said stop.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talking about Diego. Let's get it started in round three. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
My motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. The halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Good counter punch. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Misses with the jab. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. The jab doesn't quite connect. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Diego Corrales that last round.
Come on,
Back at it in round 4. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Corrales in some real trouble now. A much better game plan here.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
That jab misses. Good counter punching. Hey, it's the featherweight division. You're going to see a lot of speed in this fight.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Halfway.
So close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. That counter shot lands. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Diego Corrales. And there's the bell for round 5. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Catch and shoot. Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
They won't give us a second to catch our breath. Beautiful counter shot. That counter punch caught him clean. moment changes everything, especially in this division. Swing and a miss with that jab. That left hook won't score. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Diego Corrales at that. Nice counter punch right up the middle. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That time counter shot. And he did catch him. He caught him clean. Clean as a whistle. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. There's a counter shot. Both trying for a knockout. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Well, he's had enough, and he is gonna quit. And that will do it. This fight is over.